Hello all my Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgos, welcome to my channel. I'm adrienneleaa and tonight I'll be doing your mid-monthly reading for October 2018. This is a generalized reading, so if you would like something more personal and in-depth, you can email me with the emails I have below. And you can also book a reading off of my website if you would like to do that instead. So for tonight, I have two divination tools that I'll be using. The first one is the Tarot of the Nymphs. And then I have runes. So the runes that were already turned around when I picked those up were Yule and Tyr. So some people may refer to them as differently, but these are the names that I learned them as, and I'm sorry I don't have the best pronunciation. So this is more of instinctual and also protection, external protection. So maybe your spirit guides are giving you a hand with certain things, and it's coming a long way. So with this one Tyr, this is more of getting messages and being able to put them forth. So I am getting more of a as above, so below, as without, so within. So there is that type of balance, and there is using what's necessary in order to manifest what you would like to manifest. So I'll put these to the side. This is Gary, and he'll be assisting the reading. So his nickname is Gary from HR because he looks professional. And a card fell out, which hasn't happened for the other readings. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, which there is a limited potential associated with this. Something of the physicality, which does make sense when we get Tyr. So it's in place with the Karma card, and I accidentally turned this card around because I usually turn all the cards around when I have all the cards out. So with this is the environment, and this is the Six of Swords. So I'm getting personal space, or I'm also getting being able to, I'm getting function better, but it could also go with the personal space that you're going to feel more relief. With the Six of Swords, this is more of, this is mainly mentality for this one. So I'm a little jumbled up for this, so I'm going to say that that's part of the reading too. I'm also getting unknowing, uncertainty, anxiety with that. In the immediate future, we have the Two of Swords, which leads me to believe that you're trying to make an important decision for yourself, whether or not you will go through with something. And whatever happens, it's going to be okay. So above, we have the Three of Swords, which it does seem like it can be mentally draining for you at this point. It does seem like something's heavy that's on your heart, and you would like to obviously get it away from that. So in the past, we have the Knight of Cups. So with these cards out, it seems like this could be related to another person, a relationship. Now, what's important about the Knight of Cups is that although it's kind of like the knight in shining armor for this reading. It's also, with the knights, they kind of come and go. There is a type of commitment, but it is a commitment to experience more in life. Not saying that it's not, that the Knight of Swords from the past isn't going to stay, which could resemble a specific person, because this is more of an archetype. The court cards are like archetypal figures in the tarot. But the knights are generally ones who kind of come and go, but eventually turn into kings. So with the court cards, it's page, knight, queen, and kings generally. And this one's looking back, wondering if he should move on or not. There's also a unicorn in here, which does seem more mystical to me. So something's happening behind the scenes. Something is assisting you in this process, because it seems like you're not really making the decision as maybe sooner than later, because you don't want to make the wrong decision, and also there's that type of attachment that you get. So what I like to do is read the conscience card with the subconscious. So this is the rooted card too. This is again your thoughts card, the crowning card, what's going on in your mind. So the rooted card can connect to the conscious card, because it can surface some things that we don't really address. So it's like why you're acting a certain way, why you're doing some things. And this is the Four of Pentacles. This is trying to gather things or keep more to yourself. And I'll get more into detail with that one. I'm actually going to pull out more cards. But before I do that, I'm going to see what the present holds. So the present is a bit of a new energy, which is interesting. So maybe you are taking some space. This is the Page of Pentacles. Again, this is a generalized reading. This may resonate with you or may not, but you can take what you can from it. So the Page of Pentacles is more keeping to yourself, maybe concentrating on certain priorities that you have, which is more of a responsible card. And especially with the court cards, the Pentacle court cards, they seem to be geared towards working towards a common goal. And the challenging one is, challenging card on top of that is the Queen of Pentacles. So you have double pentacles, and you have a couple of archetypes. So it could be a couple of people involved, or maybe it can be yourself. But what I'm getting from the reading is that it's more than one person. So this can be you, it can be another person. Multiple court cards can be one person, or it can, more than one court card can represent one person. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I am getting that it is more of the Virgo, and keeping up with certain priorities with the household. This is much of a maternal figure in you. As much as it does phase you, the past does phase you, you have to make sure that you're up to date on other things. So again, your environment card, you have the Six of Swords, which does make sense. I'm going to pull up the Knight of Cups with that too. And moving forward. And this could also be moving forward from together. Maybe you got into a serious argument and now you're moving forward for the better. So it's gotten to that point where something has to change, or maybe it's not as extreme. I don't think it's that extreme for this reading. And if it is more of a separation, I don't think that it was meant to affect you very seriously. But I'm not saying it was in a serious relationship, but it does seem more lighthearted. But there is definitely anxiety here. So with the hopes or fears, you have the Star card, which is really great, especially with your present cards. You have Again, Page of Pentacles. The challenge is the Queen of Pentacles, but you're already starting off with the Page. So you are making steady progress. And you are understanding that you do have to make certain decisions in your life. And maybe more control. So with the Star card, this can be wishing upon a star or looking forward to the future. You have a star above you, which does remind me of the stave that I saw in the beginning. And then we have the Sun for the further future, which is an amazing card. This is actually, I think it's one of the best cards that you can get in the deck. And for it to be in the further future, something really nice is coming along. Something that is coming because you're letting go of something that feels a little grand. Maybe it's not very grand, but for at the moment, things can seem more serious than what they are. Especially when it's unknowing. Like with the Two of Swords, it's right in the beginning. So in the minor arcanas, you have 1 through 10. And this is right after the A's. So this is fresh. So I'm going to pull out 6 cards as a short scenario for this reading. Specifically for your subconscious. There's something that's not letting out. There is a lot of work to come ahead, but it's definitely going to be worth it if it ends with the Sun card. In the future, it does seem a bit cloudy from the moon of what's going to happen, but you're kind of following the light with that. Going with what feels right for you. And with the Virgo being more of a grounded sign, it does seem like you have a good head on your shoulders too. Like you're not going to go too, your mind isn't going to be too much in the clouds with this. So in the present, you have the 5 of Wands, which does make sense because it seems like there is a bit of a struggle or something that's weighted on you. But with the 5 of Wands, and it has multiple people, it's not as extreme as you think. Like it's a bit of a thorn that's irritating for you, but it isn't going to be, or it shouldn't be deadly, but it can be seen as it right now because it may be that you are intimidated by what you don't know. And even in the future, you may not know all the answers to, because in the immediate future, you have the 2 of Cups. I'm sorry, not the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Swords. And since I said the 2 of Cups, it can be linking because the 2 of Cups is, it can be synchronicity between 2 people or even synchronicity within yourself and the flowing and maybe a whirlpool of cycles and things going in. So the struggle will be able to keep up because in the next steps, you have the 10 of Wands. There are quite a couple of things that you have to do. But in your past, you have the 6 of Wands, which is interesting because you're making progress. And since the Knight of Cups is turning around, maybe those desires weren't as grand as you thought that they were. So I'm going to pull out more cards. And then the Strength card, sorry. Holding it together. So I'm pulling 3 cards out specifically for the 10 of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So the past is the lower number. So there is progress with that. But it's quick progress because it's the present, you have 5. But in the past you have 6. So you moved backwards a little bit. But the next step is 10. So that's a big jump. Maybe making quick moves. I guess not so quick because in the future you have the Hanged Man or Hanged Nymph, and that is taking your time, making sure that your mindset is there and it's for the right intentions. Although in the present you would like to leave the situation, it's something that you need to think through. And in the past you have the Two of Pentacles, which does seem like there's a lot waiting on it. And it does seem like there's priorities, which links to the Three of Swords. So I'm going to pull out 3 final cards to end the reading. And then I'll pull out some staves, the runes. And my senior dog woke up. So the 3 cards to end the reading. The King of Cups. Wisdom and understanding for this one, which is an amazing card. These are all ending cards. So something is ending, but something is beginning. Not necessarily your relationship is ending. It doesn't have to. But there is a point where things are really going to change for the better, which you see in your environment. The Six of Swords. Moving forward, but you see the swords in front of her. She does have to do a little bit of lifting them up and moving them, or maybe taking them with her. But I don't think she would want to take them with her because you may want to leave those things behind because those could have been burdens. So the present is the World card for that one, which you got your head on your, what's that saying? You got your head in the right place. I was going to say another saying, but I wasn't saying it right. And then the future, the Ten of Cups, which it does seem like you might end up with somebody, but it may not be the person that you're thinking for some. If you thought that this was the one, and I'm not saying that they aren't, but things are turning. Something is very unexpected that's going to happen, but it's an exciting move. I told you I was going to pull out 3 last cards, but I wanted to see what the Ten of Cups had in store. So, because I'm curious, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands would be that spark, that new spark, that exciting spark, that one where it's a bit of a youthful energy. Because it's in the beginning of the core cards, since we have the Page, Knight, Queen, and Kings. And then for the present, we have the King of Swords, which is very mindful and strategic. And then for the future, we have the Eight of Wands. And you'll be getting those messages in the future. So, I'm going to pull out runes. We got movement, then non-movement, and then movement again. That's really interesting. Let me just see. Let me pull out 2 more. Let's see where your headspace is at for this one. So I pulled out 4, which I didn't pull out 4 for the other ones, any other reading. So in the past you have Awas. So that could be a conductor or something that helps you move. Then you have Need, something that may be holding you back. So this could be that Knight of Cups that could be holding you back too. Because you're looking back at it and you're like, maybe I shouldn't leave it behind. But the Six of Swords though. And then In the future, you have haggle, which is going to happen anyway. This is more of a tower card or tower room for me, stave, because it's one of those inevitable things that it's going to happen. So you might as well just let it happen in the course of action that it's going to take. So something, you may be stopping the movement, or something might be stopping the movement. So above is Arcana, Bjork, more of womb energy, like a canal, something coming out, wanting to come out. Maybe you have messages for yourself. And underneath you have happiness, like deep down, wanting to be happy. So I feel like I understood that. I hope that you guys did too. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in a reading, you can email me with the email I have below, or you can book a reading off of my website. So I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.